Hello and welcome to Guider's Gun Guide. I am Ben Guider, your host. Today I am outside shooting this. So I'm making this video specifically for my nephew. This is his air pistol. He bought it at a flea market. I think he got $5 or something. And so I had to do a little bit of digging on it. There's no markings or anything like that, but I'm specifically making this video for him because I want to tell him about his now fully functional air pistol. And you know what? Y'all get to come along for the ride. So I won't use his name. He's a minor, but buddy, here it is. So what we have here, there's no markings on this gun, zero. I've been over this with a fine-tooth comb, magnifying glass, the whole works. There's not a single manufacturer's mark on it anywhere. So it took a little bit of digging, a little bit of Googling, some help from some people online, and eventually determined this is a China or Chinese model XS-S2. That's X-ray Sierra dash Sierra 2, the number 2. Okay, it's 1.77 caliber spring piston pistol. As y'all can see, those of you that are experts already, y'all are already seeing it. Yes, this does have barrel droop. Best I've been able to find is this air pistol. It retails around $20, $25, $30 maybe. Not terribly expensive. It is spring powered. The rear sights are gone. Buddy, he took them off, tore them off because they were all bent and messed up and broken, so he just got rid of them. As a result, I don't have a rear sight on this. I don't know how useful it would be with this kind of barrel droop, but I've been outside. I've only put 11 shots through it. So here's what this was doing when I got it. Load a pellet, and it would dump out the end of the barrel, maybe go 2 feet in front of you, maybe. Okay, it was just falling out. So let's go through where and what was wrong. Okay, so right here is what's called the breech seal. Okay, it wasn't there, it was gone. So that breech seal is what seals air from coming through your compression chamber. There's a little hole here. It's dark, so you're probably not gonna be able to see it on here. I don't know if it comes through or not. Air comes through, and there's a gap between your breech, which is this back face, and the face of the chamber here. And this seal seals that to let the air pressure through, to keep it behind the pellet and push the pellet out. So it was gone. So these Chinese, this is like every other, after some digging, this is like every other Chinese model air rifle. Uses a leather seal for your breech and a leather seal for the spring piston. And I don't have that out here. Be right back. All right, so I'm back. So inside this area, there's a compression spring, metal piston, just a chunk of steel there, and on the front of it you'll have what's called your piston seal. Okay, this is the one that came out of it, and you see if we can get that to focus, at the top edge it flares out just a little bit to give a seal. Now, these are made of leather. I don't know the process, but it looks like they take leather, compress it pretty tightly to produce these seals. You got to keep them pretty well lubed, pretty soaked almost, to keep them functional. If they dry out and you try to cock it, it ends up pulling and ripping the piston seal apart, which is what we have here. Okay, and so as you cock it, this would pull straight back, and then it'd be all cockeyed like this inside your compression chamber. And then you pull the trigger, and it would try to maybe right itself, and maybe kind of seal, and maybe kind of sort of try to do its job. Um, but so that's broken. So I could have tried to source, these are, again, this is the standard, I think it was a 25 millimeter, maybe 30 millimeter, whatever that is. I think it's 25 millimeter because it's about 1 inch. 25 millimeter cylinder, or compression chamber here, diameter. And so I could have tried to source those. There's plenty of options out there. But I came across Vortec Productions Inc. or Productions, something like that. Vortec, V-O-R-T-E-K. Now that name, as you recognize, there's other companies out there using that same name for other things. So you'll probably have to, if you want to Google this, right, it's Vortec air guns, Vortec air pistol parts, that sort of thing, right, for your search. Anyway, they have what they call a conversion kit, which basically they replace this with a some sort of a silicone or some sort of hard material, plastic, rubberized something. And theirs, they actually impregnate with molybdenum. I probably put extra syllables on that one. Some of y'all chemists out there probably just roll your eyes. Oh God, did he really try to say that word? Yeah, I did. Commonly, it's just called moly. Okay, you find this stuff. It's a lubricant, friction modifier, friction reducer. I don't know what the right proper term is, but this stuff is super, super, super slick, and it's used on metal-to-metal contact surfaces. So you'll find it in oils, like motor oil for car engines. That'll be in there with, you know, other calcium and zinc and all kinds of other easier to pronounce words from the periodic table. But this stuff, what it does is it bonds, supposed to bond directly to metal, to steel, iron, and it bonds, supposed to bond to the actual metal, build up kind of a friction surface, and provide a nice smooth gliding surface there. So their Vortec, their piston seals, they say are impregnated, I think is the term that they used, with moly. And sure enough, I got it, and it's a gray colored seal. Moly is a gray colored element. And so that's what I replaced this with. So a bit of an upgrade. Should make maintenance requirements on this much easier. I also got Air Venturi moly paste, and so I put that on various surfaces throughout their metal contact, cocking arms, and different things like that. No place where my nephew will end up actually touching, because you're not supposed to get that stuff on you. So it's completely coating the spring, it's coating the spring guide rod, it's on all the friction contact surfaces of the piston seal, so all of that. And what was a very noisy, any of y'all that's cocked piston springers, you know it's a really noisy affair it can be. Well, this thing is, you can still hear it, but you'll have to take my word for it. I didn't do a before and after, but that is a significant improvement in noise level as far as the noise of that cocking effort, or cocking noise. The other thing is this had sand all up in the action, so when you went to cock it, there was that gritty sand sound, and oh, that just hurt my heart on a deep level. So what I did, took this thing apart. Every single connecting piece I could. The only thing that wouldn't is I wasn't able to get the trigger sear assembly out, because they actually put the retaining pins and I guess roll pins or whatever it is, and they're flared out. I would have had to actually grind down those flares that are holding it in to pull that apart. So I got in there as best I could with, you know, spraying it out, got the I did a heck of a job on this stuff, getting it cleaned and then getting it re-lubricated and everything like that. The barrel, I went after that with, I cleaned it out first with ballistol patches until it came clean. Then I went after it with the J&B non-embedding bore paste on a aluminum bristled bore brush. Got after it there, and then I threw some of the J&B bore polish on a swab, a bore swab, and polished that out really good. Cleaned all that gunk back out. Made sure to get all that out really good. And so this thing is, as you know, short of a rear sight, it's in probably the best condition. Even I would put it up against whatever it came new. Just those additional little bits. Now the barrel, as I was looking through it, it does look like the barrel may have some rust or something down in there. I tried to polish that out and do the best I can. I think I did a pretty good job with it. A lot of these parts there is some buildup, some rust and stuff on here. Every part on here, anything that was really small, I put it in a bowl of ballistol and it just sat there soaking. Everything else that wouldn't fit in a bowl, I coated it and left it sitting as I did other stuff. Try to let it penetrate and, you know, give some level of protection here. Now, yes, y'all are correct. Those of you who are saying, hey, you're an idiot. I really should get after this with some steel wool or something to get those rust spots off, and then do a re-bluing and everything like that. I'm not going to. I did the best I could with it. Like I say, it retail $25, $30 air pistol. In fact, that piston seal replacement was that much. I want to say that was a $15 plus shipping, $20 plus shipping. So just replacing this with a nicer piston seal was the value of the gun in the first place. Ben, why'd you spend that money on it when that gun's not worth it? He's my nephew. Having fun doing something nice for him. He found this pistol. It's his. He bought it. I want him to have it in working order. So, the breech seal here that one, as you can see, it's kind of jagged, looks kind of crappy, doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. It's not. I had a rubber seal O-ring kit from Lowe's. I actually had to drill it out some to get the inside diameter to fit around where the barrel groove is, or the bore side of it, to make that fit. And even then, it wasn't a perfect fit. So what I ended up doing is hammering it in, which ended up shaving off the remainder of it, and that thing's in there pretty good. There's a slight, the back of this breech actually has I don't know, whichever degree, it's, instead of a 90 degree, it's about 3 to 4 degrees slanted from the bottom edge coming up. So to show that is exaggerated, it's doing like this. And so I tried to kind of sand and grind this down to be in line with that, to try to line it up. It may not be perfect. In fact, there's a good chance this is even leaking air as I shoot it. But here's what I will tell you. I tried to find information about advertised velocities for this guy. Really hard to come by information for these pistols. But one auction I found online said this is supposed to be an up to 400 feet per second air pistol. I've put 11 shots through this. I'm breaking it in right now. I'm trying to get everything to break into seat to kind of settle. But I'm getting between 350 and 365 feet per second out of it. So I would say that's probably shooting really close to manufacturer's stated specs. Alleged specs. Like I say, it was an auction I found that data on. There is no manufacturer's website I could find for this to reference for authoritative information, but you know, 350 to 365 feet per second out of an air pistol Springer, that's about right. So anyway, I'm going to take a few shots with this on camera. I'm going to tell you, because of this barrel droop and no rear sight, I'm at, I'll just show this to you here. Let me loosen this up. I am at, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 yards away. Maybe not even, probably not even that, honestly. It's not far. It's really, really close. It took me a little figuring it out. In fact, I pinged my my buckets there. Fortunately, you know, I'm shooting, this is what I'm shooting. These are 7.25 grain Excite plinking pellets. I'll end up giving a roll of these with the pistol back to you, buddy. Almost called your name again. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'll give you a whole roll of these. So that's, you know, that's 500, and I think it's 3 or 4 tins. Flathead plinking pellets are all you really want to shoot out of this, honestly, buddy. So, anywho, we're gonna give this a shot. But yeah, this front sight at the distance I'm shooting is really not useful. So what I'm actually doing is I'm lining up, more or less just, I'm using kind of the back edge of the barrel here at the breech and kind of lining it up towards the front here and trying to just kind of level it against the target. It's absolutely terrible. But let's see. Let me get, not very loud, is it? I've got my chronograph out here, measuring the velocity. Get that turned on. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out where the point of aim and everything with this gun is, since I've kind of got a best guess eyeball Kentucky windage this thing. So we'll try to see if I can get that in line or in view. .355 velocity. .366. Velocity is a little inconsistent. I mean, for a gun like this, that's actually not, that's not terrible as far as shot spread goes. Up to 372 on that one. Highest one yet. As the molly and everything spreads around and everything settles, I expect some better sealing to occur and maybe some better velocities.
366.
I don't know if y'all can see, but my last 3 shots are actually in the red. It's actually not bad. If anyone knows where to find rear sights for these, I'd love to know.
354.
Well, at this distance, and with this, now that I'm doing this point of aim here, I'm shooting the crap out of that center, guys.
360. 360.
It's actually, I'm a little impressed with this air pistol.
368.
I mean, this is 368 there. This is obviously not a top tier, high quality, super expensive air pistol, but overall, I'm not unimpressed with it. If this thing had a rear sight on it,
361.
I'd be I might have to look into seeing if I can source one of these brand new. Kind of hard to find though.
355.
So yeah, it looks like 355 to 366 spread going on here.
358. 375.
375 on that one. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't do any hunting with this, but this could be a good close range
300.
finishing shot on something. If you needed it for something like that. But other than that, this is a nice
300.
close range. I'd say this is a good close range paper pistol or plinking, shooting tin cans, aluminum cans, that sort of thing. Let's go take a look here. All right, so there you go. These bottom three, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. These were me just kind of figuring it out, the hold, the aim, everything. And once I figured out where I'm aiming and how to hold the gun and everything, this is what I was doing. That's, I mean, for just a front sight, and a front sight I'm not even using at that, that's not too bad. I mean, my distance, call that, well, I had my finger over the thing here. We'll step this off again, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call that 4 yards. That's just 4 of my steps here, 4 strides. But 4 yards, you know, you're not going to win any, you know, Olympic medals with it. But, you know, it's fun. I like this little pistol, man. I'll tell you, buddy, that was a good find. You did a great job. Next time I see you, I'm going to put it in your hand. I got a whole buttload of these. So I'll give you what's called a log or a roll. I think it's a roll is the term, guys. Some of y'all experts out there, y'all can tell me, whatever. Anyway, it'll be like 3 or 4 of these 10s, 500 shots each. Have fun, buddy. Thank you for letting me work on this pistol for you. I hope you like it. I hope you have fun with it. Love you, man. Bye. Oh, I forgot. As for the rest of you, thanks for watching. If y'all got through this whole video, like I say, it's for my nephew. If y'all liked it, awesome. If you didn't, you know, no accounting for taste in some people, I guess. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Yes, y'all know I've got a bunch of other content that's due that I owe y'all. I've got some optics that I was given by a new company out of China called Swamp Fox. I got their 1:7, 1:8 by 24. It's a really small, kind of like one of those you might throw on your AR, and a red dot. I've got to get those mounted on something and get some testing on them, but I'll be coming out with that. I know I promised you some suppressor reviews on. I got a suppressor from Cattleman Air Guns, and I got one from 0DB that I've not been able to test yet because the one air rifle I own that's got a moderator adapter on it is currently in for repairs. Has been for a while, still is, unfortunately. It's my Pishtov. That whole story has not been, it's not been amazing. So it looks like that's a done story, and I'm gonna end up probably doing some replacement parts on it or whatever. Now that I've basically given every chance I could to try to review them and that company and that gun, I'm just gonna have to cut sling on it. Got a buddy out in Colorado, Joe. If you get this far, I'm going to be reaching out to see if you can hook me up with somebody that can get me a good barrel on this thing. It's the capabilities. You've got one. It just needs a little bit of extra TLC. So we'll be in touch, and hopefully I actually get a good working air rifle at the end of the day. So I may end up, I think I'm going to go ahead and get an adapter for like a 1377 or 1322, just so I can test these moderators. I don't know. Anyway, there's a almost a 3-minute closing. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate y'all. 200 and almost 40 subscribers. Y'all are great. We'll see y'all next time.